Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's jaw-dropping story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on your favorite Real Housewives stars. Because today, we're talking about something deeply emotional, Mauricio Umansky's heartbreaking announcement that's left fans and even his estranged wife, Kyle Richards, in tears. This is one story you don't want to miss. Mauricio Umansky, the luxury real estate mogul, reality TV star, and longtime husband of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills icon Kyle Richards, has always been known for his charm, optimism, and strong family values. But recently, fans have been left stunned by a revelation that has changed everything about Mauricio and Kyle's story. After months of quiet tension, public speculation, and emotional silence, Mauricio finally opened up about what's really been happening behind closed doors and why his decision has left Kyle completely heartbroken. It all began during a charity gala appearance in Los Angeles, where Mauricio stepped onto the red carpet looking unusually somber. Typically confident and upbeat, Mauricio's expression that night was different. His eyes were heavy, his tone quieter than usual, and fans immediately sensed something was off. When reporters asked about his current relationship with Kyle, Mauricio took a deep breath before revealing something that no one, not even those closest to them, expected to hear. He said, "Sometimes love doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. Kyle and I have reached a point where we have to let each other grow, even if that means growing apart." That short but emotional statement sent shockwaves through the Bravo community. For years, Kyle and Mauricio had been one of reality TV's most admired couples. A real-life love story that seemed unshakable despite fame, pressure, and public scrutiny. But behind the cameras, things weren't as picture-perfect as fans believed. Sources close to the family reveal that both Kyle and Mauricio had been quietly struggling for over a year, balancing their careers, raising 4 daughters, and trying to keep their family life intact while their marriage hit breaking point. For Mauricio, his real estate empire, the agency, had exploded into a global brand, demanding his time and attention. For Kyle, her RHOBH commitments, acting career, and personal journey of self-discovery began to take her in a different direction. And as their individual paths grew, their emotional connection seemed to fade, something Kyle herself hinted at in interviews earlier this year, saying she felt like two people living parallel lives. When Mauricio made his announcement, he didn't hold back his feelings. He spoke candidly about how much Kyle meant to him, describing her as the strongest woman I've ever known and the person who made me who I am today. But he also admitted that sometimes love isn't enough to hold two people together when life pulls them in different directions. He confessed that their separation had been incredibly painful, especially as they tried to protect their daughters, Farrah, Alexia, Sofia, and Portia, from the emotional toll of their decision. Kyle, on the other hand, has remained mostly silent since Mauricio's statement, but sources close to the RHOBH star say she was brought to tears after watching the clip of Mauricio's announcement online. A close friend reportedly shared that Kyle never wanted this to happen, and that despite the pain, she still believes their bond is something special, even if it no longer fits the traditional definition of marriage. Mauricio's revelation didn't just mark the end of a chapter. It revealed the raw humanity behind two people who spent nearly 3 decades building a life together in front of millions. He said, "I will always love Kyle, that doesn't change, but right now we both need to rediscover who we are on our own." Those words broke fans' hearts, especially longtime RHOBH viewers who had followed their love story from its earliest seasons. Through family milestones, laughter, and even the rumors that sometimes clouded their happiness. But this time, it wasn't a storyline for television. It was real. While Mauricio didn't use the word divorce, insiders say the couple has been living separately for months, and that his final announcement may be a sign that reconciliation is no longer on the table. Still, friends of the couple haven't given up hope. One source close to the Umansky-Richards family told reporters they still talk every day. They still love each other. Whether or not they'll get back together, only time will tell. No matter what happens next, one thing is clear: Mauricio and Kyle's love story will always remain one of the most genuine and emotional journeys in Real Housewives history. From young love and Hollywood dreams to building a family empire, they've shown the world both the beauty and the heartbreak of real relationships under the spotlight. Mauricio ended his message with one final line that fans can't stop talking about. "We started this journey with love, and no matter how it ends, that love will always be there." Wow, what an emotional revelation from Mauricio Umansky. After all these years, his honesty shows that even in heartbreak, there can be respect, gratitude, and hope for healing. What do you think? Will Kyle and Mauricio ever find their way back to each other, or is this truly the end of their chapter? Because in the days that followed, Kyle Richards, usually polished, composed, and private, began to show signs of how deeply the news had affected her. During a quiet afternoon in Beverly Hills, paparazzi cameras captured Kyle leaving her favorite cafe, sunglasses on, expression heavy. She didn't stop for interviews, but those who saw her said she looked like someone carrying the weight of 27 years of love, loss, and memories. And that's exactly what this story is: not a breakup between TV stars, but a real-life unraveling of two people who built an entire world together. Music swells, emotional strings enter. Kyle and Mauricio's marriage had been the backbone of RHOBH since the beginning. From their picture-perfect family moments to the tension-filled confessionals, viewers had grown with them, watching their daughters grow up, watching their home transform, and watching their love story evolve in real time. But as season 14 filming wrapped earlier this year, insiders say the cracks in their relationship became harder to hide. Friends close to production revealed that Kyle's emotions were all over the place. One insider told bravotv, "You could tell Kyle was struggling. She tried to smile through it, but when the cameras stopped rolling, she'd just go quiet." The tension wasn't explosive. It wasn't about betrayal or fights. It was something more subtle, more heartbreaking. Two people slowly growing apart, without realizing how far the distance had become. Soft piano background continues. For Kyle, much of that distance came from rediscovering herself. After decades of being a wife, mother, and reality star, she began to focus inward, on her health, her independence, and what she called her second chapter. Fans noticed a visible transformation: a new fitness routine, a minimalist wardrobe, and a quieter, more introspective energy. In interviews, Kyle spoke about change. She said, "Sometimes life takes you places you didn't expect. And when it does, you have to be brave enough to follow your truth, even if it hurts." Those words, in hindsight, now sound like a quiet confession. Meanwhile, Mauricio was dealing with his own emotional journey. Between the pressure of buying Beverly Hills, his Netflix reality series, and expanding the agency to new cities, he found himself stretched thin, constantly on the move, constantly performing. And as much as he tried to maintain normalcy, he admitted privately that something in our connection started to fade. Friends say he threw himself into work to cope. Business trips, long days at the office, charity events, anything to distract from the emptiness that came when the cameras turned off. But eventually, as he told one confidant, "You can't keep running from the truth. You can't fix a marriage by pretending everything's fine." When Mauricio's announcement went public, the reaction was overwhelming. Fans flooded social media with heartbreak and disbelief. Comments poured in. "I can't believe this. Kyle and Mauricio were the one couple that gave me hope. They were the real deal. This doesn't even feel real. I'm crying like it's my own parents splitting up." Even Mauricio himself admitted that he wasn't ready for the wave of emotion that followed. In a later Instagram story, he wrote, "This isn't the end of love, it's a new chapter. Please respect our space while we figure things out." But what came next might have been the hardest part, telling their daughters. Those close to the family say the couple's 4 daughters took the news differently. Farah, the oldest, reportedly acted as the family's emotional anchor, trying to hold everyone together. Alexia and Safia, both in their 20s, were heartbroken but understanding, realizing that love can evolve just like people do. And little Portia, their youngest, has struggled the most, unable to fully grasp why her parents, who had always seemed inseparable, now lived apart. In one emotional RHOBH confessional clip, Kyle teared up while saying, "I don't want my kids to think love always has to end. I want them to see that you can still have love and respect, even when life changes." It was a raw human moment that reminded viewers that behind the luxury and fame, these were real people navigating real heartbreak.